Hello students, hope all of you are doing good. Good news for all bank job aspirants. IBPS has released the notification for office assistants, RRB office assistants and officers scale 1, scale 2, scale 3 for a total of 9,995 posts. So almost 10,000 posts. This notification was supposed to be released on June 1st. Because of election process, it got delayed, but number of posts, if you can see here, are much more when compared to last 2 years. We will see all these details in the upcoming slides. Now, all of you should gear up, be ready. The first in the series of the notifications, IBPS RRB is out. July 1st, IBPS Clerk, and August 1st, IBPSPO notifications will be released. So you have to be ready. You have to start your preparation and you have to be ready for all these notifications. Let us very quickly look at the key details of the notification. We will look at important dates of the notification, tentative vacancies, then eligibility criteria, education qualification as well as age for each of these posts, then exam pattern. Very quickly, you might be aware of the exam pattern. Very quickly, we'll look at what are the test areas, how many questions, how many marks, what's the duration. Then how to apply, application fee. Now you can see here important dates. Online registration starts from 7th June and the last date is 27th June. Even though the last date is 27th June, don't wait till last date to avoid last minute hiccups. So maybe a server issue, maybe most of them are applying in the last day, there will be a problem. So apply as early as possible. If you have decided to write the exam, apply as early as possible. So online registration starting from 7th June, the last date is 27th June. Preliminary exam tentatively in the month of August 2024. Main exam, that means office assistants main exam, scale 1 main exam, scale 2, scale 3, we will have only single exam. The exam will be, these exams will be conducted in September, October 2024. Then results in October 2024. Interviews for officers scale 1, scale 2, scale 3. We don't have interviews for office assistants in the month of November 2025. The final allotment January 2025. Now already we have the details. Tentative calendar was already released by IBPS. In the next slide, we will very quickly look at the exam, actual exam dates. Tentative, but most of the times they will be conducted. If you look at last 7-8 years, they are conducted on time. So whatever has been mentioned in the calendar, the same dates the exams were conducted. Right. Preliminary exam for office assistants and officer scale 1. Scale 2, scale 3 is only single exam. So 3rd August, 4th August, 10th August, 17th August, 18th August. Then single exam, officer scale 2, scale 3 is on 29th September. And main exam officer scale 1 is on 29th September. And office assistant is on 6th October, main examination. One point is, you can see here, the exam dates is same, main exam date for scale 1 and scale 2, scale 3. That means it is clearly mentioned in the notification, you can apply for office assistants plus officers any one of the posts, either scale 1 or scale 2 or scale 3. You cannot apply all the three. Any one you have to apply because 29th on the same day all three main examinations will be conducted. Let us look at trend of vacancies in last 3 years. These were the vacancies mentioned at the time of notification. 2024, we all know it is 995. You observe last year it is 8,612 and 2022 it is 8,106. These were the notifications announced at the time of notification. Now, once I'm talking about the final allotment, when you look at your final allotment, almost these were 10K plus. This is also 10K plus. In 2023, it is even 11,106 or 107, more than 11,000. That means you can see clearly there is a jump of 1,500 to 2,000 posts at the time of final allotment. So, going by the trend, 9,995, almost is 10,000, may go up by another 2K. So the final will be somewhere around 12,000 or slightly more than 12,000, somewhere between 12,000 and 13,000 also. Right, students? So let us move ahead. This is the trend of these vacancies in the last 3 years. Now this year notification, we will look at the number of posts announced for each of the posts, number of vacancies announced. Office assistants, maximum number of vacancies 5,585, and officer scale 1, maximum number of students apply for these two 3,499, 3,499. Officer scale 2, we have general banking officer, then we also have specialist officer, IT officer, agriculture officer, marketing officer, treasury officer, etc. So all the posts are mentioned here. You can look at the notification uploaded on the website timeforeducation.com, or you can take the post from this PPT. Right, these are the posts announced or vacancies announced for each of these posts this year. Eligibility criteria. This is important. See, this date, as on 1st June 2024, as on 1st June 2024, RRB clerk, office assistants 18 to 28 years, officer scale 1 18 to 30 years, officer scale 2 21 to 32 years, officer scale 3 21 to 40 years. Scale 2 and scale 3, these two posts need experience as well in the banking and finance sector. Right? These two freshers can apply. Office assistants, you don't need any experience here. Officer scale 1, you will be trained here. Officer scale 2, it may be general banking officer, or it may be specialist officer, or officer scale 3. Please refer to the notification. You need to have certain laid down criteria is there regarding the experience, 2 years, 3 years in the particular field, banking and finance. You have to go through the detailed notification for more details. But office assistants and officer scale 1, we don't need any experience. All freshers can apply. Education qualification, it is on as on 27th June. That means it is as on last day of application filling. On that day, you should be a graduate. It may be officer scale 1 or office assistant. Degree, no mention of any percentage. You may be a 90% student, you may be a 60% student, 7 CGPA, 8 CGPA, doesn't matter. If you have cleared your you have completed your graduation, you are eligible for these exams. When I'm talking about scale 2, scale 3, their graduation, most of the posts mention 50% marks, but no mention of any percentage for officer scale 1 and office assistant. If you have passed your graduation, you are eligible to apply for these posts. Then you look at the last point here, proficiency in local language as prescribed by the participating RRB and working knowledge of computer. Working knowledge of computer is desirable. These days, all of you have computer subject in your 10th standard, in your graduation, right? So if you have working knowledge, basic knowledge of MS Office, Excel sheets, then that will take care of your requirement for computers. That's a desirable knowledge, basic knowledge, right? Then proficiency in local language. This local language, you should know the local language of the particular state. If you have studied 8th standard or more than that, if you have studied that language, you need not give any test. You can directly, you are eligible for that. In case the local language you have not studied in your 8th standard, 9th standard or 10th standard, then bank will give you a specified time. Within that time, you need to get ready with the local language. They will test you on your local language, right? So in case if you have missed out in the first chance, again second chance will be provided, but you have to clear that before your probation period is over. Selection process and exam pattern. Very quickly, we'll look at the selection process here. RRB officer scale 1, scale 2, scale 3 and office assistant. Officer scale 1, we have 3-stage selection process, prelim, main and interview. Office assistants, we have prelim and main. Officer scale 2 and scale 3, we have single exam and interview. Now, the final selection for officer scale 1 is based on the marks obtained in main exam and interview. Office assistant, that is clerks, we don't have any interview. The final selection is based only on main exam. Here the final selection is based on the marks obtained in the single exam and interview. That means when you look at this officer scale 1, office assistant, the prelim exam, it is only qualifying in nature. It's only qualifying in nature to shortlist you for the second stage, that is your main exam. That exam will be used, but the marks will not be considered in the final merit list. Officer scale 1 and clerk office assistant, this is prelim exam pattern. What is the good news here? There is no English section, right? So reasoning, we have 40 questions, 40 marks. Quantitative aptitude, we call it in officer scale 1. In officer assistant, we call it as numerical ability, 40 questions, 40 marks. So what is the difference? We are doing one more video where we will be discussing in detail what does these sections consist of, what is the broad syllabus, what are the important topics, last 2-3 years, what is the topic wise breakup, what should one do as a part of their preparation. This 60-day study plan is there. So this 60 days left over for the exam, how one should plan these 60 days, we will be covering in one more session. We will be taking, we'll be uploading one more video where we'll be discussing about broad syllabus, topic wise breakup, etc. Right? Now we'll look at very briefly the paper pattern. Reasoning, we have 40 questions, 40 marks. Quantitative aptitude, numerical ability, we have 40 questions, 40 marks. Total 80 questions, 80 marks. No section wise time limit. You have a cumulative time of 45 minutes. That you have to, because you need to clear, you have to pass in, you have to get the minimum cutoff marks in both the sections. So you cannot say that I will do only quant or I will do only reasoning. You need to prepare, you need to distribute your time on both the areas, both the test areas. You have to spend time on reasoning, you have to spend time on quant. Depending on your strong area and weak area, you can adjust the time limit 20, 25, 15. That we can discuss separately when we are doing a separate session on these topics on the syllabus. But as of now, cumulative time is 45 minutes. So broad test areas in prelim exam, only reasoning and quantitative aptitude. Now look at officer scale 1, office assistant main exam. We have reasoning, 40 questions, 50 marks. Straight away each question carries 1.25 marks. 40 into 1.25 is 50 marks. General awareness, 40 questions, 40 marks. Quantitative aptitude / numerical ability, 40 questions, 50 marks. Here also each question carries 1.25 mark. English or Hindi, is a choice here. The student can choose English language or Hindi language. 40 questions, 40 marks. We also have a separate section on computer knowledge. 40 questions, 20 marks. Each question carries half mark. Then you have to be ready with your computer knowledge also, because we have a separate section. You need to qualify, you need to get the marks. All these marks in your main exam will be added in your final merit list. So you have to focus on your computer knowledge as well as your GK also. So 3 more sections added here: English, GK, computers, when compared to your prelim exam. Here also we have a cumulative duration of 2 hours. Right? That means there is no section wise time limit. These 2 hours the student should allocate to each of these sections so that he will attempt maximum number of questions. Officer scale 2, general banking officer, and officer scale 3, this is a single exam. This is the pattern of that single exam. Now if you see here, officer scale 2 and officer scale 3, reasoning 40 questions, 50 marks, same pattern. Quantitative aptitude and DI, there we are saying quantitative aptitude and numerical ability for clerk. Here the section name is quantitative aptitude and data interpretation. We have 40 questions, 50 marks, again 1.25 mark per question. Then financial awareness, there is a slight difference between general awareness and financial awareness, because these guys, the people who are applying for scale 2, the people who are applying for the scale 3 should have basic knowledge of banking and finance terms. So the general awareness contains basics of banking, current affairs. Here you have current affairs, but major focus will be on finance terms. The terms which are related to finance. That means you are already working in banking sector or finance sector. You should be able to answer those because of the 2 years, 3 years of experience. You should be comfortably be able to answer those questions. So that is why the section name is financial awareness. Then Hindi or English language, choose one. Computer knowledge, again 40 questions, 20 marks. Basic fundamental questions on computers. Cumulative duration of 2 hours. That means there is no section wise time limit. Now officer scale 2, this is specialist officer. Here also we have single exam. The difference, if you can see here, reasoning, there is a difference in the weightage of the topic also. We have got one more topic added here. We have reasoning, quant and DI, Hindi and English, computer knowledge, professional knowledge. Here, financial awareness. One additional section which student need to prepare is professional knowledge. 40 questions, 40 marks. This is a basic difference between Scale 2 General Banking Officer, Scale 3 pattern and Scale 2 Specialist Officer. If you applied for Marketing Officer, there will be 40 questions on marketing aptitude. If you applied for IT Officer, there will be 40 questions on IT related subject. Multiple choice questions, but the level of difficulty will be of graduation level. You need to be careful when you are attempting this professional knowledge section. The level of difficulty is of graduation level. But other areas, Scale 2 General Banking Officer, Scale 3, here same, but there is a difference in weightage. Reasoning we had 50 marks there, we have 40 marks here. Then quant we have 50 marks, 40 questions 50, here 40, 40. Slight difference because of this adjustment is done because of this professional knowledge section. Now total number of questions 240, total marks 200 and total duration is also 2.5 hours because of professional knowledge section. These are the paper patterns of Officer Scale 1, Office Assistants, Scale 2 General Banking Officer, Scale 3, Scale 2 Specialist Officer as well as Scale 3 exams. As we all know, yes, there is a negative marking. 1/4 of the marks assigned to that question will be deducted. You have to be careful. Not 0.25. If it's a 1 mark question, 0.25. If it is 1.25 mark question, you calculate 1/4 of 1.25. So 1/4 of the marks assigned to that question will be deducted. If you leave any question blank, you are not attempting, 0 marks. That means nothing will be deducted. So you need not worry. If you don't know the question, you are free to leave it in choice, right? So this is about negative marking. How to apply? You need to pay focus here. No offline mode of application. You have to apply online mode only. That too official website of IBPS, www.ibps.in. You need to go to that website, go to RRB application. You need to apply. Now if you see here, you can apply to office assistant and I have written here Scale 1 or Scale 2 or Scale 3, any one of the 3 posts. You cannot apply to all 3. You need to apply in the given window 7th June to 27th June. Only online mode of application. No other means are accepted. These are prerequisites as per the size and dimensions mentioned in the notification. All of you should be careful here. You should have photograph, your passport size photograph scan according to the dimensions given in the notification. Then signature, scanned signature. Then left thumb impression on a white paper. Declaration form and a valid email ID. Declaration form format is given in the notification. You need to write it on a white paper. You should be ready with that. You have to upload it while applying. Then valid email ID. That means you have to give a working email ID. Don't give email ID which you have created in your 4th standard, 5th standard, right? So give a working email ID. All your future correspondence from IBPS will be made on that email ID. Your hall tickets, your selection, everything will be communicated to that email ID. So be careful. If you don't have an email ID, create a one. You already have an email ID, you forgot the password, create a new one. And remember, write down somewhere, remember the password, and this will be used for all future communication by IBPS. So you should have a working email ID. So these are the basics. This is how you apply to this IBPS RRB office assistants and officer posts. Application fee 175 for reserve categories and 850 for general categories. Please subscribe to our Telegram channel and YouTube channels for more number of questions, updates on this bank exams, staff selection commission exams. The link to join the Telegram group, to subscribe to YouTube channel given in the description box. Please click on those links, join our Telegram channel for more updates, more information about bank and SSC exams. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All latest videos, webinars for all the series of webinars we'll be doing for all these RRB exams, IBPSPO, IBPS Clerk, all the videos, basic videos which are required for your preparation will be available on our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe, students. For classroom coaching, you please contact nearest time center. For online courses, this link also will be giving in the description box, or you can write down, type it in the address box, and you can go to reach this page, t4e.info/bank SSC online. Here we have recorded courses, that is we call it flexi. All videos are available. We'll stream the videos. We also have an option of all videos at one go. Then we have live bank classes where we'll interact with faculty members on a daily basis. There's a live class, not a recorded one. Then we have test series. We have correspondence course programs. We have a variety of things. So depending on your suitability, depending on your need, you can choose any one of those programs. If you want to come for a classroom batch, yes, go to your nearest time center. You can get the details for classroom course, the number of hours, fees, etc. But for all online things, you can go to this link. All information, including the fee structure, is available on that particular link. This link we will also put it in the description box. That's all, students. Thank you very much. And your bank exam season has started. Please gear up your preparation. Be ready for all the upcoming exams. And do visit our YouTube page, Telegram page for more updates on these exams, about the exam syllabus, about the pattern, about the important topics, videos on important topics, etc. From time, we wish you all the very best for your upcoming bank exams. Thank you very much.